There are events that happen in everyone's life, and their turning points, breaking points are maybe so earth-shattering that they're, the time that you broke and become something totally different. Or in my case, where I had a serious personality break and I become this passive aggressive person with this raging mad lunatic coming at you, or this passive person that would just about let anybody and everybody run over him. This big split that become eventually in my case severe bipolar disorder. But anyway, it's about the day my pony died. I'm not going to try to embellish it much or anything. I don't have much emotion over it anymore. But I had this horse that my daddy picked up. My daddy'd seen it in this corral, just knee deep in shit, no food. And just a little water out of the puddles. It was cold and wintry. And my daddy pulled over and looked at the horse, and he had some hay and horse and mule in the back. So he took this horse and mule feed and hay over there, and he dumped it over the fence, and the horse stumbled over and ate it. And it became a routine that Daddy was just stopping and making sure the horse had water and giving it, a little food, a little hay. And then one day when he stopped off there was a man there looking at the horse. Daddy walked over and he said, "Sir, I would like to maybe buy this horse. What do you want for the horse?" And the guy looked at him, he goes, "Well, I put this horse out here because I wanted the damn thing to die. I wanted it to die." And he said, "You've been feeding it." He said, "It must be your fucking horse." And he walked off. Daddy loaded the horse up into the trailer and brought it home and gave it to me, and it was Chata, an Indian paint horse, little stud horse. And he was full grown, 6, 7 years old, never been rode, never been handled. Mean, little stud stallion that had just run with some Mustang mares and had been, one of the runt studs around the group. Chata, the little Indian paint pony. Well, I was in the second grade, and my Uncle Bobby and JC and Daddy and others would take me out there to the side, and they'd hold this wild-ass pony down, and they'd put me on top of it. And he'd take off bucking like a motherfucker across the goddamn field. Woo-hoo! And I'd get thrown off. And they'd catch this horse, and they would cinch it back down, and they'd put my little ass back on it, over and over and over. And over a course of like 3 days. And on that third day, that horse broke and run. It didn't pitch, man, and I was off and off and off. And then it turned around and started back, and it got a big hard on. And it just fucking went stiff. Well, my daddy and them laughed at it, and I got off the horse, and we just, put out some food and ignored it. Well, that become a pattern, though. I could ride this horse, I could get it going, but it would ride a little bit, and then it would get a hard on, and then just like a damn mule, it would just stop right there at that point, and just freeze with the go hard, almost touching the ground. Well, one day, my daddy come up, and he cut some plum limbs, man, when this horse was froze there. And he started whipping on that damn horse with me on his back. And Chow Chow just stood there and didn't do nothing because he wasn't feeling it. My daddy was beating my bare leg. He was missing the horse. And I'm screaming, Daddy, going, "Don't scream for that goddamn horse. I'll make it go." Horse wouldn't go. Daddy looked down and I was trying to tell him he was hitting me. And Chow Chow made a terrible mistake. He reached around and bit my daddy on the leg, bit him hard. And my daddy turned around and hit that horse first with his fist. And he went over to the fence and he ripped a pole out of the ground, big cedar pole, ripped the barbed wire off of it, and come over and hit that horse between the eyes. The horse went down with me on its back, broke its leg. And then later that night, my daddy shot Chata, my first horse, that died with me on his back from my outraged, crazy daddy beating it with a fence post. That's my time when I broke and I become this really aggressive person and this really meek and mild person with nobody in between. Aloha.